clock will resume on my mark. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark.
T-minus 9 minutes and counting.
We're now at T-minus 9 and counting, and we have word that the launch minus 70-minute Gymsphere wind data has been processed from that balloon, and that all is satisfactory. All countdown events are now being controlled by the ground launch sequencer until T-minus 31 seconds, when the countdown will be handed off to the orbiter's onboard computers. The ground launch sequencer relays commands to the onboard computers, which then will be reporting back that all of the commands have been executed. The primary job of the onboard computers, which is called the Redundant Set Launch Sequencer, or RSLS, is to check that all Space Shuttle vehicle launch criteria have been met before liftoff.
PLT, figure fuel cell, essential bus door switches.
PLT, disconnect essential bus fuel cell.
Standing by here for the ground launch sequencer to retract the orbiter crew access arm from the vehicle and put it into the launch configuration. Should there be an emergency, it can be re-extended in just 15 seconds if that's necessary.
TLS go for OAA retract.
Just prior to picking up the count, the chairman of the mission management team, Brewster Shaw, completed reporting the status of his team back to Space Shuttle Launch Director Bob Seek. And the NASA test director also polled all of his primary test conductors and reported to the launch director.
NTD Flight 212, SBCs are on board.
Copy SBC.
T-minus 6 minutes and 20 seconds now. All activities on schedule. This countdown will certainly be one for the books.
Hydraulic strip chart recorders. Recorders running. PLT, perform APU pre-start.
And that's direction to pilot Andrew Allen to perform the auxiliary power unit pre-start sequences. He'll be setting switches in the cockpit to put the APUs in the ready-to-start position. He'll be reporting here momentarily that that APU pre-start is complete. The actual activation comes at T-minus 5 minutes in the count. These auxiliary power units provide hydraulic power to the orbiter.
OTC, PLT, pre-start is complete. Bravo, talk back, APU 2.
OTC, copy that.
NTD GLS, countdown clock will hold at T-minus 5 minutes due to a failure.
Copy.
Indication is APU 3, fuel isolation valve B, open power on.
I have word that the clock will hold at T-minus 5.
This SPE, and we have an indication that it's on now, but NTD is APU. Go APU. Yeah, it was just a late indication coming up on the ISO valve being open. Just a late indication, you're back in configuration? That's correct, everything is nominal. Did we violate any LCC that's doing that? No, sir. SPE, do you concur?
I concur, we're just a little late.
Launch Director, NTD?
I copy, and that's associated with the switch action and the crew module versus when the GLS checks for the indication.
That's correct. That's affirmative.
Okay, copy. NCD, you have a go to proceed.
Copy. GLS, pick up the count on your mark, please.
Copy. 3, 2, 1, mark. GLS go for orbiter APU start. PLT, perform APU start.
Roger, APU start.
And the pilot now starting the auxiliary power units.
Copy.
Reconfigure heaters.
So we're now into the home stretch.
Copy that.
T-minus 4 minutes, 33 seconds and counting.
LTC, PLA, good APU start.
Copy, PLT.
The lock strain valve has now been opened and the main fuel valve heaters have been turned off.
Reconfig.
RTC, copy.
Final purge sequence will start in about 30 seconds. T-minus 4 minutes.
TLS, go for purge sequence 4.
Purge sequence now underway. Test of the orbiter's flight controls is starting. The aero surfaces such as the rudder, elevons, and speed brake being moved through their program test patterns to verify their readiness for launch. T-minus 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Now transferring to internal power and switching off from ground power. Atlantis now being powered by the onboard fuel cells. Gimbaling of the main engines is in work. Steering check. The aerosurface checks are complete, reported to be in the launch configuration. Now at T-minus 2 minutes, 53 seconds.
PLT, clear caution warning memory, verify no unexpected errors. PLT, hold on.
Retraction of the gaseous oxygen vent hood will occur momentarily. Ground launch sequencer will make a final check to ensure that the vent arm is fully retracted at the T-minus 37 second point. The liquid oxygen tank is now being pressurized for launch. And the gaseous nitrogen purge of the main engines is being terminated.
Flight crew, close and lock your visors. Initiate O2, slow. Time to fly.
T-minus 2 minutes.
Roger that, thank you.
CLS, go for ET LH2 pressurization.
Replenishment of the liquid hydrogen to the external tank is being terminated at this time, and the pressure in the hydrogen tank is now being raised to flight level. The space shuttle has now been disconnected from all ground propellant systems. We're about 90 seconds away from launch now. Less than a minute away from the ground launch sequencer handing off to the onboard computers of the Space Shuttle Atlantis after we verify that the Space Shuttle main engines are ready to start. Liquid hydrogen tank now at flight pressure. T-minus 1 minute. Ground launch sequencer is verifying main engines are ready for ignition. The heaters around the joints of the solid rocket boosters are being turned off. T-minus 45. Residual hydrogen burn igniters have been armed. They'll be fired at T-minus 10 seconds to burn off any residual hydrogen gas under the main engines. Flight data recorders for the solid rocket boosters now recording. 33, 32, 31, and we have the handoff.
Auto sequence start.
Computers on board Atlantis now controlling the countdown. Ground launch sequencer monitoring pad systems. 20 seconds. Orbiter body flap and speed brake are in the launch position. Sound suppression water system has started. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, main engine ignition, all 3 engines up and burning, 2, 1, and liftoff of the Space Shuttle Atlantis. on a mission for new utility in space.
Houston's now controlling. Atlantis is rolling on course.
Roll program.
Roger, roll, Atlantis. Roll maneuvers complete, placing Atlantis and crew on the proper heading. Engines at full throttle. Engines are throttling back now, helping to ease Atlantis through the dense lower altitudes as it continues to accelerate very rapidly. Engine throttles now at 82%. Atlantis is already traveling over 650 miles per hour. All systems are performing well.
Atlantis, check hot mic.
Engines are throttling back further now to 67%. And all three main engines are throttling back up. 1 minute, 10 seconds.
Atlantis, go at throttle up. Go at throttle up.
All engines are now running at full throttle and all systems are performing well. Altitude now 63,000 feet. Atlantis is traveling over 1,000 miles per hour. Over the next 60 seconds, as Atlantis continues to climb at a relatively steep angle, the vehicle's rate of acceleration will virtually triple. Solid rocket boosters, each providing up to about 3 1/3 million pounds of thrust, will burn out and separate at about 2 minutes 4 seconds. Time now 1 minute 47 seconds. Altitude 107,000 feet. All systems performing well. Booster chamber pressure is tailing off. With a clean separation, Atlantis is now flying free of the solids and under the power of its own main engines. Second stage guidance is now controlling the vehicle. Altitude 173,000 feet. Downrange distance now 37 nautical miles. Atlantis is now traveling over 2,800 miles an hour.